Hey everybody, Matumbo here, welcome back to the channel, and today we are playing some more Historic here on Magic Arena. And today we have a fun one. This one is starting to get played a lot in Historic, especially since it's probably going to be ban-proof come Monday when they ban probably Field of the Dead, amongst other cards. But real quick, before we hop into today's deck, as always, would like to remind everybody, if you enjoy the channel, please hit that subscribe button, that like button, check out all the cool links in the description below, and join that Discord and leave a comment. That would be awesome. Yeah. So let's hop right into the deck, and we're calling it Young Arcanist, or Young Arcanist, depending on how you want to pronounce words. So what this deck is, it's a very low to the ground, everything's really cheap, but there's a ton of synergies. Starting it off, we are playing Lurrus of the Dream Den as our companion. Lurrus is a companion that says each permanent card in your deck has to cost 2 or less. And then we can cast one of those permanents from our graveyard every turn. So, as you can see, all of our cards do cost 2 or less, all the permanents at least. We do have one Call of the Death Dweller. We have a couple of Claim to Fames, which technically cost 3. But, again, this deck has a lot of cool synergies. So, essentially what we're trying to do is we're trying to put Archfiend's Vessels in the graveyard. We're trying to get Young Pyromancers on the board, Dreadhorde Arcanist, and we're going to be really attacking their hand, attacking their board, attacking their life total, all at once. Again, there's just so many different synergies. So we do have 4 copies of Stitcher Supplier. This is going to feed our graveyard. Our graveyard's very important in this deck. Because we have cards that let us reanimate, we have cards that let us cast from our graveyard, we have Kroxa to escape from our graveyard. Again, we want to fuel our graveyard. So this is going to mill 3 when it comes into play and when it dies. Again, we have 3 copies of Archfiend Vessel, 1 mana, 1/1 lifelinker. If it enters the battlefield from your graveyard, you actually remove it from the game, and you put a 5/5 flying demon into play. So again, we do have ways to reanimate, and having a 5/5 is really hard for a lot of decks to beat. All right, now on to the 1 mana sorceries and instants that we can cast in this deck. So we do have 4 copies of Thoughtseize. Again, Thoughtseize, this hand disruption is really, really important. Being able to take them off combo pieces or cards that we just can't beat is going to help win us the game. We have 4 copies of Village Rites. This lets us sacrifice a creature that we control to draw 2 cards. Now, not only are we going to be able to sacrifice cards like Stitcher Supplier to mill ourselves, Archfiend Vessel to put it in the graveyard so we can reanimate it, it also allows us to do things like going into full control when we cast Kroxa, because again, when you cast Kroxa for 2 mana, it does have to sacrifice itself. So if we have an extra mana and we hold full control, we can cast it, let the triggers go on the stack, and then pay 1 extra black, sacrifice the Kroxa because it's going to die anyway, to draw 2 additional cards. So that's really, really good. We can also sacrifice Dreadhorde Butcher if we need to deal extra damage, because when this dies, it deals damage equal to its power to something. And also, we're going to have tons of tokens with Young Pyromancer, because anytime we cast an instant or sorcery spell, we get to create a 1/1 creature and put it into play. So we're going to have extra creatures that we can sack. But not only this, we do have 2 copies of Claim the Firstborn. I don't know if this is the right number. I don't know if this needs to be more. But this is all we're going to try right now. But Claim the Firstborn, we get to gain control of a creature that costs 3 or less. Until end of turn, we can untap it, we can attack with it, and then when we're done using it, we can sacrifice it to Village Rites, so we can actually utilize their creature to draw us 2 cards, which is really, really good. We also have a couple of copies of Reckless Rage. This lets us deal 4 damage to a creature, and then 2 damage to one of our creatures. So, excuse me, again, we can deal 2 damage to the Stitcher Supplier to mill, this to put in the graveyard. We can actually deal 2 damage to our Dreadhorde Arcanist because he's got a 3 toughness. We can do it to any of these tokens that we put into play. We can do it to this. We can do it to this. Again, tons of synergy. And then let's touch on Dreadhorde Arcanist, because we haven't really. So when Dreadhorde Arcanist attacks, we get to cast an instant or sorcery card while we're attacking that costs equal to his power. So if we're just attacking for 1, we have access to 12 cards potentially in our graveyard that will allow us to, actually more than that. We have 12 cards here, but then if we were to boost his power up with Fame, because this does technically count as a converted mana cost 3 spell whenever it's in the graveyard. So if we can Fame to give it +2/+0, make him a 3/3, we can actually cast another one of these from our graveyard. So again, a lot of synergy. We can also cast this if we actually got it up to 3. It's really, really good. So again, anytime we're going to be casting any of these spells, we're going to be getting 1/1s from this. Dreadhorde Butcher, again, we can sacrifice to deal damage. Anytime it deals damage to our opponent, it's going to get +1/+1. Roxa, again, one of really good cards right now in Historic. Claim. Now this is a card I want to hit on. This is a reprint, Amonkhet remastered, sorry. Again, we are trying to highlight cards from the new set, and this is the one that we are highlighting. So Claim to Fame, for 1 black, return target creature card with converted mana cost 2 or less, put it from the graveyard to the battlefield. So if this becomes a 5/5, this mills, we can get back any of our other creatures here. There's just a lot of good synergies here. And on top of that, if we have an extra 2 mana, we can give that creature +2 and haste until end of turn. So really, really important. And then we are playing 1 copy of Call of Death Dweller. We can get back 2 creatures with total converted mana cost 3 or less. So super, super good. And then rounding it off, we have 22 land. There's the breakdown of lands. You can see how it is. And that's going to do it. Again, Lurrus in the sideboard. So, all right, let's hop into the gameplay, and we will see you guys at the wrap-up. This is the deck, guys, that's taken Historic by storm right now. Especially with it being ban-proof, essentially. We're gonna keep this. This is not great. Go get your forest or your swamp. Or your mountain, because that's the thing also. So I guess we're going to lead off with Arcanist. I wish we... I'm really afraid of what they're going to do. Questing Beast, probably. Turn 3 Questing Beast is... Okay, just Jaylight Ranger. That's fine. That's a pretty good card to keep on top. I would have kept that on top. So... Reckless Rage. Or we could... Yeah, I think we're gonna do this. So if they want to block, that's fine. We're just going to put it right back into play. All right. So now if they try to deal with this, we can draw 2 cards off of it. Scavenging Ooze. That's a good one. Lava Coil. God bless. Come on, deck. Oh, why couldn't you give us a... Why couldn't you give us a mountain? mountain there would have been so good. Instead of another black land, we could have famed, given it haste. Killed the Scavenging Ooze. Man, that would have just been a really sick turn. Now it's going to be really hard for us to beat this Scavenging Ooze. Really hard. Let's see what they can get rid of. Claim. Yep. Interesting. That's another really good card against us. They have to get rid of the Reckless Rage. 100%. And they did. And they did. Okay, so what do we have in the graveyard? We could Pyromancer, claim. Yeah, we're gonna have to start going wide. Gives us 2 creatures. Sack the token, draw a couple cards. It's a risky block. I mean, what if we had something there? Oh, I got really confused. I thought we didn't have any cards in our graveyard, but we have a couple of Claim to Fames. Oh, Glorybringer. What are you doing to us? Wrecking us, that's what it is. You've been exerted. So this actually works out pretty well. We're gonna swing with everything except for this. That costs 3. That's why. Really? I don't understand why you would do that. I really don't understand why you would do that. I don't think you ever give up Scavenging Ooze in this position. Oh, that's a good one too. Well, don't need another red right now. Let's see what we get. Thoughtseize is pretty good. This is when it blocks also. So this would just go into our hand. I don't think they're going to attack with the Gargaroth, though. Just with the Glorybringer. And they're probably just going to kill us with the Glorybringer, to be 100% honest with you. Put this in our hand. And well, that was good that we milled all those land. But we're gonna lose this Glorybringer 100%. Wah wah wee wah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think you attack with the Gargaroth there at all. I know we are still going to lose, but man, is there any way that we win the game? Signs point to no. And we have to take 0 damage for the rest of the game, right? So claim. We could claim the blocker. We go up to 6. Go up to 6. We play this. We lose on the backswing. Good game. They were at 20. We did it. Well, that was not an impressive start to these games at all. But gotta get our mind back in it. Let's hydrate. Get on to the next one. This is alright. We can turn 2 Pyromancer, turn 3 Cruxus, sack it to draw a card and make a token. Seems alright. Not the speediest of hands by any means. I'm really liking this card. This card is really good. Right, well, start off with the plan that we said. Alright, so we're playing against Elves. This is going to be a tough match. Tough match. I think we have to Thought Seize them. This is a very pivotal turn. We have 2 Marwins. So, Clan Caller it's going to be. No attacks. So, this Village Rite replaces itself. this creature just replaces itself. That's really good. Now, unfortunately, get rid of 3 cards, but I feel like it would be Forest, Llanowar Elf, and probably another Marwyn. That's not really that good. So we're going to prompt this Elvish Visionary trade for this Pyromancer. Then we're going to bring back the Pyromancer. It gets 1 elf off the board. Right, here comes a Visionary. Oh, they drew another Clan Caller. Well, that's great. Alright, well, it has begun. Holy. Must be nice. Must be nice. Reckless Rage, huh? We need a way to cast this Reckless Rage. Their elves are going to get pretty big. This 1 Clan Caller is going to turn into a lot of Clan Callers. And so we have to live. How many cards do we have? Not enough. We're actually going to do this. We're not going to put this into play. So if we can just survive this turn, then we win on the crackback. Awesome. Awesome. Very, very happy and surprised that we won that game. Kappa. We're just playing against Kappa. I wonder what some people are thinking when they make these meme names. I think we have to keep this. This is a pretty garbage hand. Oh, one of these decks, huh? One of these decks. Well, please don't have a Chain Whirler. Chain Whirler just wrecks us. Okay, they don't have a Chain Whirler because they played a colorless land. They probably have a Shock. I think we're just going to block. Play another one. They have to remove it. We play this as well. No, I really want to be able to draw cards if they go to kill this. I think that's more important against this deck. They have another burn spell. Oh no, light up the stage. Okay. Okay. That deck. Yep, I've drawn 3 of those. Deal with it. This vessel has lifelink. Wow. And they conceded. Okay. I was actually getting a little worried, but they must have been just drawing a lot of lands on their end. Smurfy EGB. That is our next opponent. This is a horrible hand, but we're gonna keep it. So they are playing God Pharaoh's Gift. Oh, they took our claim. Or they took our, yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna play a Young Pyromancer. Get on the board. That Brain Maggot really hurts. Really hurts. Oh, there's a God Pharaoh's Gift. No blocks. No blocks. There we go. How we looking? Roxa into see what we got. This Dreadhorde Arcanist looks pretty sweet in play right now. No attacks. Maybe we should have attacked. Trying to keep track of the number of creatures in their graveyard. 1, 2. X equals 3. That's fine. Thoughtseize is a pretty good draw. Death Dweller. We attack, we can Thoughtseize them again, or we can Reckless Rage, which might be better. So I'm fine with this trade, with them trading a Stitcher Supplier for this. Or we can sack it. I don't hate that either. That actually worked out pretty well. They'll probably Stitcher Supplier and then Emery for 4. Alright, well. Yep. Now's our turn. Alright, so let's take a look here. We don't have a vessel in the graveyard. A Croxa. So we're just gonna put them both on this. All right, so what did you do? Fame. Yep, we're gonna do this again. Roxa Stitcher Supplier. Oh, that's a lot of life that they gain back. I forgot about that. Go up to 7. What do they get back, though? I mean, I don't think there's a ton of cards that really do much. They're going to back a Champion of Wits. Okay. So that, I think that is actually detrimental to what they're trying to do. I think they should have actually tried to utilize the other man. Oh, I did not see that. Well, good game. Out of all the cards in their graveyard, I did not see the Massacre Worm. Well, got us. I didn't even see that. All right, on to this next game. You can click a graveyard or exile zone to browse its contents. Did you guys know that? Did you? Did you know? Black Prince. Opponent goes first. Double Thoughtseizes. No red mana. I think we keep. I believe in a thing called love. Just listen to the rhythm of my heart. There's a chance we can make it now. We can rock till the sun comes down. That's the words, right? Boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, another red card that we can't cast. So let's take a peek. What are you doing over there? Oh, what is this? Indestructible. Or an aura card. Well, I guess we're getting rid of this indestructible card. If you want to waste your treasure. Oh yeah, he can play that. Go get it. Go get the aura, and then we can make him discard it. That'll work. Oh, bet you won't. Well, I guess we're gonna Thoughtseize regardless. So. Please don't be mountain. Thoughtseize. Okay. Let's take a look. It's in a book. Yeah, we'll get that. The tutors, right? This has a chance to get whatever this was going to go get, but this is like 100% a tutor. I think you should have just cast that first before you shock the land into play. Oh, I guess you're just going to play the Gilded Goose also. Oh, we did it. We did it. Full control. So auto pay. Get in there. Assert dominance. We just showed you. We highlighted the strength of their goose and how good having a goose is. So, let's take a look here. So I think we are going to... Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and Dreadhorde Arcanist here, and then we're going to claim... We're going to go ahead and claim Kroxa. Make him discard. Make this a little annoying for them. We're going to show the world the strength of the geese again. They should have double blocked, right? We can attack, Thoughtseize them. Oh. That's kind of disgusting. Yeah, I think it's time for Lurrus to come make an appearance. Man, collected company, huh? Oh, this could be bad. Okay. Good game. That was interesting. So I'm fairly positive that my fiance is listening to I Believe in a Thing Called Love Now because I because I recited the lyrics earlier. Oh, Soulscar Mage. That's not what we want to see. Okay. I mean, we're going to block the ever-living hell out of this thing. That's actually a really good draw. Oh, no, it's not a good draw. Okay. It's a little bit better. So... I think we should go ahead and take a card out of their hand. And... guess it's going to be Bone Crusher Giant. Bone Crusher Giant is a really hard creature to deal with. It also powers their Alchemist. Okay. Why did you tap this now? I mean, it doesn't matter. These are both going to go away. And that's how you beat Mono Red. Oh, man. Javersus. You go first against Gigantha. This has everything we want in it. We could just put out a 5/5 on turn 2. Claim that. That seems pretty good. Yep. I mean, you could start burning it. But okay. Well, we had a minute-long game, so bonus game. Bonus footage. Dark Helmet. Gets to go first again. This is we're gonna call this hard mode. I mean, this is pretty good. I mean, drew into Croxa. So that was actually really raw. Going to full control. I like it, I like it. Are they just playing Elves, or... Let's offer the trade. I'm going to slow them down. Okay. Play Pyromancer. Seems pretty good. Clan Caller, okay. Clan Caller into Clan Caller. Wow. That was actually a really interesting draw there. I wonder if they take the trade. So if they block, they're going to block 2 tokens. That's what I'm hoping. So they're actually not going to. Interesting. I would have blocked a couple of tokens there myself. I mean, I guess we have to just play this. I don't think this is ever wrong at this stage in the game, where they have 2 cards, a creature in play that's a 1/1. Yeah, I don't think that's ever wrong there. Okay. Pretty good. For 2 really good cards to have. Oh, and then they scoop. Well, good game. Yeah, that was going to be pretty hard for them to come back from. Alright, everybody, welcome back to the wrap-up. And we had a lot of fun with this deck. This deck does a lot of cool things. We lost 1 game because we just weren't really paying attention to the graveyard, and they were able to massacre worm us. But I mean, overall, we actually did play a bonus game and we won that as well. So we went 6-2 instead of just going 5-2, because we did get a really early, I guess, shame scoop to mono red whenever we dropped early stuff against them, and they just can't deal with it. But it is what it is, and yeah, I'm really happy with this deck. Now, cards I would change off the bat, I do think this deck needs more Claim the Firstborns. So I'm a huge fan there. I would probably honestly just take out 1 Dreadhorde Butcher and put in 1 Claim the Firstborn. You could also look into playing some amount of Priest of the Forgotten Gods, but I think this deck just becomes something completely different once you add Priest of the Forgotten God. But again, it's something to look into. But I do think more claims need to be in this deck, because this is just really, really good synergy. Really, really good. Being able to attack with their creature or use its ability if it has an ability, and then sacrificing it. That's just almost unbeatable. So, but I do think if we do add Claim the Firstborns, I think this deck, again, like I said, I think at that point you want Mayhem Devil, and then you can't play Lurrus of the Dream Den as your companion, which you don't necessarily need, but then you can play this main deck. There's just a lot of, I think there's just a lot of subtle changes when you actually start adding Priest of the Forgotten Gods. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this deck. Again, 6-2, not too bad. I do feel like we might have been able to win at least that game against the God Pharaoh's Gift deck if we would have just paid attention to the graveyard and realized what they were doing, and not had as many tokens in play as we did. But yeah, so let me know in the comments below what you thought about this deck, as well as, again, please hit that subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed, that like button. Check out all of the cool links in the description below. Join the Discord. Stay safe, everybody. We will see you next time. Remember, this channel would not exist without such amazing viewers and subscribers. Thank you so much for interacting with the channel and helping grow the community. And a very big special thank you to the Patreons listed here for supporting the channel.